What about man's will? As surely as we recognize that God is sovereign, we also recognize that we have at least limited freedom to act within whatever bounds he may have established for human actions. This recognition seems to be continually validated by daily experience. What L.S. Cases says could hardly be disputed, that man has a conscience which distinguishes between right and wrong, and free will by which he is able to choose between them, scarcely seems to require any argument. His whole experience tells him that he is a free moral being. Alexander Maclaren, one of England's great Baptist preachers, put it in similar terms. If I cannot trust my sense that I can do this or not do it as I choose, there is nothing that I can trust. Will is the power of determining which of two or more roads I shall go. God, the infinite will, has given to men, whom he has made in his own image, this inexplicable and awful power of coinciding with or opposing his purpose and his voice. It is not only Calvinists and Lutherans who deny free will, but for thousands of years, atheists and skeptics have also argued against this belief. Even Arminius declared that the free will of man towards the true God is imprisoned, destroyed, and lost. It has no powers whatsoever except such as are excited by divine grace. Of course, neither can man think rationally or even breathe except by God's grace. But we do think and breathe, and we make choices by our own wills as well as by God's grace. It hardly seems reasonable that our perception of making choices, some of which we agonize over for days, could simply be an illusion, and that we're mere puppets of God's foreordination. In his Confessions, Augustine, supposed originator of absolute sovereignty, wrote, "I knew as well that I had a will as that I lived. When then I did will or nill anything, I was most sure that no other than myself did will and nill, and I all but saw that there was the cause of my sin." The very fact that John tells us that the redeemed are born again, not of the will of man, indicates that there must be much else for which the will of man is to be credited and blamed. Peter's statement that men willingly are ignorant, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 5, of God's truth, indicates that depravity is not something beyond man's control, but the product of his willing choice. That God says to Israel, "If ye be willing and obedient, but if ye refuse and rebel," Isaiah chapter 1, verses 19 and 20, indicates again that man can be reasoned with, and can choose by an act of will either to obey or to disobey God. There are numerous statements in Scripture indicating that God has given man a free will to make moral and spiritual choices for which he alone bears responsibility and is to be blamed. While God works all things after, that is, according to the counsel of his own will, from Ephesians chapter 1, verse 11, this does not state that God causes everything that happens in the universe. It is perfectly compatible with God's sovereignty for him, by his own counsel, to allow man to disobey him. Without free will, man could not receive God's love him in return, and receive the gift of salvation.